It begins to get all of the displays from BrickCon and put them down into the warehouse. So it'll be delighted to actually get the MOC for the Escape from Exogorth into its permanent place, because it's absolutely horrendous to move, and I've moved it 3 times now, and now when I drop it off I think this is the last time it'll ever move. I don't think I'll display it at any more conferences. Welcome to episode 2 of Redmond's Forge and the Lego Museum kit out. So here we've just come back from BrickCon. We're unloading all of the elements that we had on display in BrickCon and a few more that we actually didn't set up in BrickCon. So you can see there I'm pulling out some heraldic banners, so you'll see them. I'll put them up against the wall in a few minutes, and some other tabletops and rooftops and different Lego shapes that we can build into different MOCs. And you can now see the tree start to show itself in there. There's the step ladder taken out, the trolley that the tree will go on. These are the ocean tabletops that we have. Star Wars banner given to Wes and the BrickCon team. We moved those into various places in the warehouse. There are our hot display pedestals, the white cylindrical looking pedestals, and now we have our baseplate tabletops all pre-configured, and that is a round base pedestal. So here we are at the back of the van. The only thing left to take out is the big MOC display, the 3. So we're going to load it onto the trolley there, and ta-da! Magic, it's on the trolley. So we managed to take it out and load it on the trolley, so now we push it back into its correct place. The van is totally empty, and if you scroll around the walls, there's the 4 pedestals, there's the Exogorth and a few of the panels just to seal off the unit, the 3 water tabletops, the 2 rooftops, some Christmas displays, the heraldic banners. Those heraldic banners, if you remember, we actually got at an auction from Robson Kay in Manchester, who auctioned off some Brick Live International displays. Other than this warehouse in Arklow, will this Exogorth ever see the outdoors again or another conference? Only time will tell. Hi, everything's in the warehouse now, so I can just, and including the medieval and historic banners that are going to look after our medieval and Viking section. Some of our Christmas displays, our pedestals for the hot display, our slopes for our Ninjago and Minecraft displays, and then 3 tabletops for our water worlds, and our big 3 diorama, which is now the Exogorth and the Avon Temple, although I haven't put the Avon Temple back up yet. So, and then 3 boxes of Lego and Lego for the kids play area, and this did work really well at BrickCon. So just all this Lego, and imagine an area for kids to do drawing and building when they're here. So, does it feel correct that Danish Lego should be stored on IKEA Swedish storage systems? Well, that's what I'm here today now to get my favourite IKEA Swedish storage. Release packs with the lot and bring it to the warehouse. Bye. Okay, time to get this PAX unit off the roof and installed, and then we've 12 tables inside the car. This PAX unit we picked up from one of our neighbours, lovely Hungarian couple that live down the end of the road who are getting rid of it, so it'll be good for storing. And it's the tall breed, so it's perfect. Okay, now time for some more boring sped up. Me unloading the car and taking 12 tabletops and 48 legs for IKEA tables out of the car. So speed this up until I get them all set up. And similar for when I'm building them as well. Go along Benny Hill style and just get things packed up quickly. And sporting the lovely green Dublin BrickCon hoodie that I picked up. Those banners do look great in the background, so I can't wait till they're hung up and displayed. I decided to put the 48 legs into 2 storage bins just to keep it easier to store them together. And now it's time to set up the tables. So we're going to get the workbench and set up one table first. So here, put the screws in place, the base plates, and then screw in the 4 legs. I did think screwing in the four legs might be a bit simpler. I did pick up that power drill screwdriver in the range on the way to the warehouse the other day, just to make it easier rather than having to get more power tools from home and keep bringing them back up and down. So I can have power tools from home there. And I did notice that although all the legs should be identical, 1 or 2 of them didn't go in as easy as they might have done. So I was a bit of finagling with the one at the front, and I have to get a new leg to set up that first table. Okay, next in speed up time then is going to be to unpack all the Lego. So we brought a whole bunch of Lego down to the warehouse, and I filled up the extra on this was the Tuesday to basically take a whole bunch of sets and just get them, and a whole bunch of Lego bricks, so just get them down into Arklow. And then the plan is to build the remaining 11 tables and then get some base plates set up and look at some layouts of how the tables could be designed and set up, and then that's going to be the main layout for Lego City and Lego Ninjago and Lego Heartley City for friends. And these are all the Lego blocks that we need. Here is a Millennium Falcon I picked up as well that day. So we're going to stay in sped up time and continue now. I'm going to lay out the workbench and get the remaining 11 tabletops onto the workbench, try and kind of speed build these, and obviously I'll show it in speed fashion. So without further ado, here we go, building 11 tabletops quickly, as quick as possible. So all 11 laid out, put the plates on each leg, get the 4 legs done, and I kept varying this just to see which would be the quickest way of actually building a table, and then also finding the legs that would match the tables. I decided as I was going through this to put 4 tables together, giving us this. So each table was 1.2 meters by 600 centimeters, so 4 of them together would be 2.4 meters by 1.2 meters. So in effect 8 foot by 4 foot, your standard sheet of plywood or hardwood, and a nice easy size to work with. So I tried at different stages, kind of putting the plates out better, laying the legs slightly different to see which way worked more optimal, and to get the 11 remaining tables built as quick as possible. So I think I film up for the first kind of 4 tables to be built, and then I'll go back to real time for the 12th table as we put together the last table and install it into its correct place. But it was enjoyable building these 12 tables, and it's something I just get enjoyment out of. It's kind of peaceful to put the legs and the tables together and have them set up nicely. Anyway, we'll now go back to live video and slow it down again. Bye. So this here now is the 12th table being put in, so it's the same process I did for the other previous tables. Then lay it up and square it, then turn to the camera, wave, and all 12 tables done! And now it's time to turn some pink walls white. First I begin by cutting in with a paintbrush and some white paint before going on to roller the walls. Now I know some of you might be saying, where's the Lego building? Well, first let's get this warehouse kitted out first. So if you are liking me upgrade this warehouse, do remember to like, comment and subscribe, because it does help the channel a lot. So I am just cutting in and painting around the door frame, just makes it easier with the roller then. Toying with keeping that door yellow because it's a really cool standout Lego colour. So I've now got the roller in place, and I'm just quickly putting on first coat of base undercoat, kind of emulsion, just to quickly get that pink hue off the wall. Although Rose did like it for our Lego Heart Lake City, but that's probably not going to be along that wall. It's probably going to be vintage Lego along that wall and the history of Lego. So and I, again, probably Billy bookcases will go in front of this, but I do just want the neutral wall to begin with. So this paint actually went on quite well, although that stain did remain. which is the darker pink, did stay on the wall after the white coat fully went on. And now the wall is finished and we can just stand back and look at our handiwork, and the white does look much better than the pink.
Started laying down some base plates. You can see here we've got the start of our Lego City. So it's 4 1x2 meter by 600 centimeters. So pretty much the size of a sheet of plywood. And that's going to be one. And with the 12 tables, I split them into 3 groups of 4. And then here's like our post-apocryphal world. So it's probably going to look after a sea area for Minecraft and Ninjago, and then start putting ships on it and fleshing out the base plates and the scenery, but I suppose not bad for getting these laid out.
Now another look around time. So just finished the wall, we finished laying out base plates and putting some tabletops onto them, and a couple of test roll plates to see how they might look. Back around for the 360 for the Exogorth there, and there's my step ladder. Dad joke time. I never knew my real ladder, but my step ladder took me to new heights. So now I'm beginning to unload the second batch of Lego here that I brought up from the house. So a lot of manuals, instruction manuals, and then sealed boxes of Lego sets. So see, those is the McAllister house. A lot of minifigures there in the crates. Some mid-2000s Star Wars in those plates, some Harry Potter sets. Hogwarts Chamber Secret set. I sped it up so it wouldn't be boring. I don't walk that fast normally. And here we have some Lego Friends sets also. I will have a couple more van loads of Lego sets and boxes and crates to bring up next week. So this was the last for this week. Nearly finished this unloading, so just a few cardboard boxes now bringing in containing Star Wars in them. And next in these 2 bags are mid-2000 X-Wing and a Sith Infiltrator, I think from 2007. More Harry Potter and the Lego Pirates roller coaster. And lastly, a couple of bags containing minifigures. And that's all there. Now I've started bringing in 18 boxes of wooden floors and 5 bags of rolls of underlay. So laying them out here, and so you can see just stack the boxes up on top of each other. I think by 81 boxes, but they only have 18 in stock. So I just took 18 that were here and brought them in. There's 4 rolls of underlay brought in. So I keep stacking the boxes on top of each other and bringing in the underlay. It is a lovely colour, a grey called Everest that I got in TJ O'Mahony. So I got the 81 boxes at a grey price of just under €1,600. Fantastic from TJ O'Mahony.
So today we managed to get the floor in here cleaned out so that we can now on Monday lay the wooden floor, and brought up a lot more Lego and stuff, and we had to buy 81 boxes of this, and here they only had 18 in stock, so we had to get together 63 on Monday, and then 1 box down plank 2 view. We have 5 rolls of underlay, a lot more. Now, I suppose I brought in some boxes, and a fallen to pieces 2016 Death Star that needs to be rebuilt. What else is interesting here? Oh yeah, this is some boxes, because we keep our boxes, so we're going to file those away. We've got our filing system now, our big pack unit that we can store stuff in. And then we brought all of our, well not all of our, but I suppose a lot of trains here and train tracks, so we'll get to put down trains and train tracks. And then over here we have the manuals from all the different sets, and we've all these either in the large ones or smaller manuals in there, and the really small manuals are down below, and we keep them in A5 cases. So here's some of the sets that we've picked up, that we have to then lay out. So we'll organise that on the shelves as well. And then a really big surprise, we started kitting out Ninjago first. So we've got some ships. And then I do have to go and collect the kids now, so I'll match up the minifigures to all the sets. And then over here we have a few pieces that broke off in transit, and these have been sitting in the bag for about 2.5 months now, so I'll spend time where bits have fallen off the edge, like here you can see the shadow, and here the leg that needs to be put back on. So I'll leave it for today and get them next time, but I suppose we can then start fleshing out. And now lastly, for the first full week of the Redmond's Forge Museum in Arklow, we've taken a couple of Destiny's Bounties and Ninjago ships and laid them on the base plates. That's it for the first full week of Redmond's Forge Museum in Arklow, from an empty warehouse to something starting to look like a museum. If you've enjoyed watching it take shape, hit subscribe and see you in episode 3 when the floor goes down and the city starts rising. We're building this one brick at a time.